Good morning, everybody. All right, we're gonna fly through this video, fly through it. It's gonna be so short. Okay, so last video we had, I think it was right here. I didn't know which way we would go. I actually wanted to see a spike up, fill the gap, and close down and crash down, and then gap up and go. And if it didn't gap up and go, that's a uh-oh. And this became an uh-oh. But it's stabilized, okay? This is the line I made back in June. I just had it here forever, and we literally bounced off of this like hardcore. Hardcore. Huge violent spike here. There was an algo trigger literally at the bottom of the day. We traded it to literally the top of the day. That was the only move we made so far. And then we had this really weird chop on this day. Holy God, this was a weird choppy day. And I think it's because it is basing at this. Okay, then the Bank of England saved the world, buying up the bonds. And then what do we want? Like yesterday, we wanted to see us go straight up, have UVXY break its low pre-market of the day, which it did, and then reverse. We wanted this to drop into the yellow line this morning. That was literally the play. What did we do? We literally dropped exactly into it at 4 a.m., which causes the gap up in the VIX when it opens up at 3:15. And so then, and when the exchanges open up at 4 a.m., literally instantly, and then you get a candle like that, it's reacting with this. So it's showing strength here. What I want to see is it react with this during trading hours and bounce off of it violently going into tomorrow's PCE. I think that, well, not that I think, the UVXY had an algo trigger on 927 here in the morning saying that we have a tradable bottom if the dollar goes down. So far, so good. So far, so good. And I think we're going to get a tradable bottom here. The whole setup to me is we either bottom here, we get a double bottom from the 364 glitch trade back in January, right? It hit it and reacted with it again. But it's weird. The setup is weird. It's not clean yet. Almost every bottom in the market does not bottom with the pre-market or post-market low being the low. That's very rare to happen. Does it happen? Yeah, I can't remember the last time. You want the low to be in trading hours. Everyone is calling for lower lows. Everyone is calling for 340, the high of COVID, 340, 350, 320, 300s. Everyone is calling for the end of the world here. It's not going to happen. Okay, this looks like an E wave. So you get the A, B, C, D, E on this, I think, a 4 wave, and then we're going to go into a 5 wave going into the end of the year, into Q1. It's going to be massive. It's going to be so far, so fast. We're going to have the biggest up days ever in it. We finally got some stability. This is going to be rejecting this. The next 3 to 4 weeks, I think, is the bottom. I don't know the exact path. What I want to see is us rally up to at least 389 going into the next week or so. The next week, maybe 2 weeks. It depends how violent it is. What I think is happening, we got the first oversold reading since the bottom here. So if this is an A, B, C, D, E, that makes a lot of sense that the first drop was A, the last drop was E. We're looking for that. We're just looking for this. We're looking for this and a violent rejection. Either we will break the low in October where we get a super violent drop in October that needs to get reversed on the CPI. The PCE Friday will let us know if we're going to explode up on the October CPI or if we're going to sell off violently, and that is the violent sell-off. I don't know what the trigger is for the sell-off. I don't know how that's set up, but I think we're going to go into something that looks like this, right? It's the same exact setup, the blow off bottom and then the rip up, the blow off top, and then the rip down. And then it did this, but it never broke the high again. This would be the CPI. So I don't know if we're going to go up and then curl back down and not break the bottom and then rip to that. We're literally going to go from like 380 to above this line in like 2 days. So people are going to be massively short into a move that's massively bullish. It's going to trap everyone. I just don't know if we're actually going to break this 364 briefly. What I see is the momentum. So we're right here, and I think this is a trigger, an algorithmic trigger. We're going to go higher. Do you see how I made my video here and says that to go from here, it bottomed that day, we talked about it. To go from here to the zero line, it almost always gets a volatility trigger. Can't go from here to here in a straight line. And I didn't expect it to do that violent or hit the glitch rate, but it is what it is. Got the volatility trigger, and then it goes up. But you see how it goes up very choppily? Building momentum. That's a true bull market. It's healthy, but annoying. Here, it has the momentum of this behind it. So instead of chopping out, it's going to rip out when it finally rips out. The problem is just the chop to get there. We don't know the exact jobs report, the jobless claims. Okay. We just don't know the exact path that it's going to get there. But when I want to see this go up, maybe and then get a residual lower. I don't know if we break the low. I want to see us break the low. Very violent kickback. The 200 weekly is at 355-ish on the SPY. So it would like break down quickly in October. But as of right now, we're just bullish. So you want to trade it to the upside. If you have puts, then take your profit or hedge back up to the upside. But I think we're going to do this. So see this little kick up here? That into that? I think that's equal to this. I think that's equal to this. This was a very weird move. The VIX went up in this move. It was very weird. It wasn't a real move. There was a lot of down pressure. That's why I did it. I think it's the same exact thing. Everyone keeps wondering why the VIX doesn't break 30 and go much higher, because we're in a coiled uptrend. That's why we can't break. It can't snap. We've been over this over and over and over again. It will snap. 23. Oh, it will snap. In a way, people do not realize. It's insane. There is more down momentum in the market than COVID itself. It's frightening what's going to come. But we're going to hit all-time highs first. So we go up, we get the kickback down. I think this is the same exact setup. I would love to see the monthly close flat. That's what we wanted all along. We said we want, if we extend lower to like 384 and then come back up, close flat, and we just overextended right through it. I thought this move would happen in October. It happened in September. I really want to see us close relatively flat. Just get like a big doji type of candle. All we would have to do is go up about 4% on Friday, and I think we can do it. It would be the exact symmetrical move as it happened in May. This huge volatility month, close flat. Huge volatility month, close flat but red. So this had a bearish bias. Drop, came up, dropped, and then you'd want to see this have a bullish bias coming out of it. October. Pop, consolidate, pop. Like it's perfect. It's literally perfect. We just need to see the pop on the PCE. If it doesn't pop on the PCE and we roll over, I literally don't expect that to happen. I literally don't expect that to happen. Maybe breaking this low. Like literally the 200 weekly, if it wants to drop 2%, 3%, which is a little bit lower going into that, then okay, sure, whatever. But I'd expect a massive rally out of that. That might actually be the bottom then. It's going to do that. But I don't expect that. I would want to see us rally out into September to close and then have that kickback in October. We don't know yet. So that's that. That's all we want to do, all we're looking at. Everyone's freaking out and rolling out their puts. We had the highest put buying in history on the SPY here. Like people are expecting the absolute worst. It's not going to come. And it's insane that the positioning is so bearish and the move coming is so bullish. Literally perfect. Literally perfect. So we're looking for 389 by next week. That's what we want to see. 382 this week. 3% higher. Yeah. Something like that. And Apple didn't, that's another thing. Apple didn't participate in the rally yesterday. It gapped down huge. So it's possible. And it got these glitch trades. So it's possible what it does. So that if Apple participates, that's what gets the market really, really pumping. So there's a few things. So here we go. That's what we want to look for. That looks like it's a kickback. That looks like it kind of wants to get there. But yeah, think up. short term. I think I would cover most of my hedges and keep some on just in case. And then if we get the rally back up to the 380s or the 390s, then you could put them back on for October or November. Yeah, buddy, it's almost here. It's almost here. Oh my God, we're like 3 weeks away. This rally is going to be huge. Okay, guys. All right. Enjoy. Be nimble. Have fun. Peace out.